Calling all first-time home sellers. I have an awesome video for you today. And what we are going to be talking about is how can we get you the most amount of money possible for your home. Now, I understand there's a bunch of guys on the internet when it comes down to first-time home buyers and all that good jazz, but you got to understand something. Sellers get left out on. So just for you clicking on this video in the description below, don't click there yet. You got to watch the video first. I'm going to have a free guide for you, step-by-step process on everything I'm going to talk about in this video. And it's free. I'm not going to even try to get your first name and last name and email address like all them ads on the internet. But seriously, in this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 tips first-time home sellers need to know to be able to get top dollar for their home and not leave anything on the table. And hey, real quick, if you don't know me, my name is Luke. I run a local residential real estate team with my partner, Trey, called Living in Middle Georgia. And we just help people buy, sell, invest in properties. And I want to have your back. And when it comes down to actually getting the home, there's quite a few things that you need to know, right? We want to talk about, properly pricing the home, getting it ready for sale, all of those types of things, because it's going to really get you the most amount of money. And to just start this video off on the right foot, you need to understand something, just like I needed to understand something when I started helping people buy, sell, invest in real estate. I do the exact same thing. I buy, sell, and invest in real estate. A house is worth what somebody's willing to pay and what a bank is willing to loan. That is it. Yes, there's market statistics, and I pulled data from over 7 different sources just for this video, so you understand what's going on, right? I live and breathe this. I know what's going on because I study the market on a daily basis, but you fail to realize something. A house is what somebody's willing to pay and what a bank's willing to loan. The statistics are cool. The statistics will help guide us in the right direction, but we can't live off of those. Like, oh, well, my neighbor's house sold for $500,000. I think mine's worth $550 because I upgraded my kitchen. We need to be able to go deep. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we find all of that data so you can walk away with the most amount of money. Because the worst thing that you could ever do, ever, worse than a felony charge, okay, is overprice your home when you put it on the market and then the home sells for less than it's worth. That's exactly what will happen. The game of real estate is not, I'm going to throw it out there for a high number and then we will come down. No, it will sit. It will be stagnant. You will complain. You will hate your real estate agent. Now it is our fault. And now your house sells for less than what it was worth. It happens every single time. When I was early on in my career, to be fully vulnerable and just be upfront and honest, I had a for sale by owner. Ben, if you're watching this video, don't get mad at me, brother. He had his property in Bonaire listed for $800,000. Now, I did a CMA report, but I was brand new. I'm telling you what, like I just joined and I looked at the data and Zillow said zero, ... because Zillow didn't even know how much it's worth and I did not do him a justice. I absolutely failed him. His house, I ended up getting an appraisal done. It appraised for $390. We sold it for $365. We went to market at $800. It was worth $390, sold for $365. If I just do the math off the top of my head, I lost him $35,000. Lost him $35,000. $25,000. I need to go back to school. I'm telling you what, I am enrolled in online school when it comes to college. But dang, I lost him out on some change. Okay, and I don't know about you, $25,000 is a lot of money that you do not want to lose under any circumstances. And that's what happened with me. And I promise, I learned from my mistakes. I went to federal prison over it. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, that's something that you really need to understand. Okay, so starting off with number 1, I want to talk about pricing strategies. And the strategy that I found out to be the best is a comparable market analysis. Now, every single realtor says the same thing. Oh, I'm going to do the CMA. No, I actually outsource this to a professional company that does it for me, and I pay out of pocket out of my own checking account. Okay, because the reality of this is, think of this, an appraiser comes over to a home, takes photos, measures the floor, does everything. And then they come back 4 or 5 business days later, and then they come up with a price for the bank. Under no circumstances is it realistic for a real estate agent to just be able to visually go walk through a house and then give you a price. Now, if there's a 25-year veteran agent watching this number or, this video and you're getting all mad at me, good. I don't care. We're not as good as we think we are, okay? And pulling the data in the houses and doing the research, I just realized that I'm a real estate agent. I need to worry about negotiation and marketing. When it comes to pricing, I want to leave that up to the professionals. So you should outsource this. You don't have to buy an appraisal if you don't want to, $1,000, $1,500. It might save you some money, but by no means should you accept anything under a 5-page report with a minimum of 6 houses that sold in the last 6 months with every single description with plus and minus signs on the sheet. Like, for example, 2-car garage versus the 3-car garage. Does it have a basement? Is it not? Is there square footage in the home that's finished versus not? Is the kitchen upgraded in this house, but it's not in that? What value does this house bring because of this versus that, right? You need all of the data points. If you need help with this at all, this is kind of confusing, comment below. I'll send you anything that you possibly need on research and comparable market analysis, but you need to understand something. And let me read you the statistic to really set this home. Homes priced accurately tend to sell faster and closer to the asking price. According to Zillow, homes that are priced right from the start are more likely to sell within the first 30 days on the market. The faster a home sells, the more money that you're going to make. So please do a correct comparable market analysis. Do not listen to the internet, and do not listen to anybody that just randomly walks in your house for the first time and tells you a price. This is a process. It takes 3 days for me to even get a price on a home when I go over to somebody's house, because I come over, I take photos, I outsource it to the team that does these for me, and 3 days later, usually 72 hours, I get the statistics back, and every single time it is priced within like a few $100s of the appraisal. Next, declutter and cleaning, right? If you go to a great appraiser in the local area and you ask them, hey, sir, ma'am, how do I get the most amount of money possible for my house? They're going to tell you 2 things, okay? They're not going to tell you paint your walls, change your floors, build this, rehab that, all that kind of stuff. They're not going to say that. They're going to say these 3 things, okay? I know I said that in the beginning. It's 2, it's actually 3. Number 1 is curb appeal. And with curb appeal, let me ask you a question. You're driving up to a house and you look over and it looks like nothing on the photos. There are shrubs that are overgrown. They're touching the house. The grass is all out of whack and weeds haven't been pulled in the landscaping. Majority of people are just going to keep on driving. They can't see the potential of the home. So number 1 is curb appeal. Number 2 is declutter. Right? People understand that you're moving. Get all the boxes you can possibly buy from Home Depot or Lowe's and stack those boxes in the garage. I'm saying, like, don't even have a cup, don't even have a book on a night. Like, just make sure it is as decluttered as possible. You can get somebody to come over and stage your home. Now, if you're in the local Middle Georgia area, it's not super popular of a service. Now, if you go up to Atlanta and stuff like that, you're going to see it all the time. If you need services, I have in the description below our trusted partners. Feel free to use one of them if you're not using us, but I will personally tell you if I think that you need home staging. But number 2 is decluttering the property. And number 3 is professionally deep clean the home. The reason I say professionally deep clean the house is because you yourself are nose blind. I'm sorry, you've lived in your house for a long time, just like I've lived in my home for a long time. When you walk through your home, it doesn't smell like anything to you, okay? But when somebody with a fresh nose comes into your home that's never been there before, they might smell smells that you don't. I'm here to help. I'm not here to be disrespectful or anything like that. I'm not saying that you have a stinky home. But what I'm saying is a professional deep clean done by a professional company, got your back if you need some people, will make sure that the buyer's experience when they walk through the home for the first time is as good as it can get. That professional deep clean, in my mind, over anything else, is the deciding factor usually on if a home sells or not. Because when it comes to professional photography, professional video, ads, all that kind of stuff, I can get people to your home. Or if you're using somebody else, or if you're selling on your own, like I can show you how to do that as well. Once they get there, they need to feel that this is clean. They can move their stuff in and start their new life. Next is choosing the right time to sell. Now, I think the best time to sell is when you need to sell, because let's be honest with ourselves. When you go to sell a home, you're usually not super excited. You're usually excited about buying the next, or maybe you're moving, you're traveling, you're downsizing, you're upgrading, whatever that may be. It's an exciting time, right? Usually on the buy side, but the sell side, you're losing a lot of memories. You're leaving. You've been there for a long time. You love that cozy little pad. But here's the deal. When it comes down to the actual moving, the right time is when it's right for you, when you find that next home. Now, if you're trying to make the absolute most amount of money possible, bottom line, early spring, like April, May timeframe. Statistics show it, right? Or sell in the spring to summertime. That's when the most amount of buyers are active in a market. Now, you can still sell it in the fall and winter, depending on the type of home that you have, right? Let's say that you have a 5-bedroom home that would be perfect for a family. Are people really going to pull their children out of the school systems mid-year? Most likely not. So you do have a better opportunity in the spring and summertime. Now, my favorite part, you have to have effective marketing, right? Simple definition of marketing and advertising in my mind is to make known. How do we get your property known? Number one, professional photography. Do not, under any circumstances, use a cell phone. If somebody comes over with a cell phone, run away. You need professional photography done by a professional photographer with proper editing on those HDR photos, okay? Or there's so many different opportunities. Okay, to screw this up, just do the professional photography. If you're working with me, I pay for it out of pocket myself. I got your back. Next is you want a professional home tour, and it's not the professional home tour that you would think. When buyers are searching for homes on the internet, and specifically, for me, YouTube, and we'll do ads and all that kind of stuff, we want to shoot a video, or you want to shoot a video that gets the buyer excited about moving. Now, you could just have an elevator music, scene change, and get to see the house. But the best home tour videos are when the agent is in the video speaking about the house, and then they'll throw little snippets throughout and talk about the school systems, talk about the amenities, talk about the local area. How do people act around the neighborhood? How is the stuff like that? That'll really get them excited to actually show up at the property. And then next, when it comes to your online listings, you want it on all platforms, right? Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, those automatically, when you list with a real estate agent, by the way, they automatically get published through the MLS system. The MLS takes care of that for us. So that's a really helpful thing. But also a couple other things that you want is you want two things. Number one, you want it on YouTube because Google owns YouTube. Google's the #1 search engine. And when people search on Google or YouTube, homes for sale or home tours in my city, right? Let's say you're living in Warner Robins, for example. We want that video popping up. And number two is you want a real estate agent to have a professional IDX website for lead capture, okay? So for example, when I run ads on your home that just gets listed, what happens is people from all over the United States that are searching for a home specifically in your local area, not just locals. Let's say somebody's moving from California for a job on Robins Air Force Base and you have a house for sale in Warner Robins, right? They're located in California. We need to make sure that the ads will target them. And we're gonna give them a couple little sneak peeks of the house. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna capture their information, first name, last name, email address, and phone number. And then they're going to request the information and I'm going to give it to them. And once they're locked in on my website, I now have their information. I'm going to personally call them. I'm going to send them the YouTube video personally through a text message so it feels special, because it is, because we're taking the time needed to help them. And we're going to request for them to do a live video tour if they're not local, or if they are local, we're going to get them into your property. That right there is the best marketing I've ever found. I will not change it, and I will forever keep doing it because the results speak for themselves. Now, you can do open houses, and I would recommend open houses, but they're not needed, okay? They are needed if you're not doing what I just talked about with professional video and ads, because we got to get some other traffic other than just people going through, Real.com, Zillow, stuff like that. Those are good platforms. I don't think it's enough always, unless you just have a spectacular home and you priced it perfectly. And then other agents are selling the property for you through their people that want to buy the property. But when it comes down to open houses, something that I found a lot of success in is actually having your agent, or maybe an agent on the team, door knock 100 doors around your neighbors, have a neighbors only exclusive open house session, and then seeing if your neighbors know any friends that want to move to the local area. Because that's the thing. Neighbors usually want to pick their own neighbors, or if they have the opportunity, they will. And guess what? Phenomenal opportunity for open houses in that way. And last but not least is working with a real estate agent that has your back for life. Now you can sell for sale by owner. Check out this video over here. I'll link it in the description below if you want to sell for sale by owner. It's a complete guide on how to. I do not try to sell you anything, I promise. But at the end of the day, for sale by owners on average get 88% of fair market value. When a real estate agent like myself or my team can have your back for life, we'll get you more. If you have any questions, just shoot me a text message. I'd love to be able to get on a call with you and see how we can best help serve you and your family. And also, if you need anything else, go and check out this video. It's gonna help you out. Oh, and before I forget, go to the description below. I'm gonna have an entire printout guide on a Google Doc showing everything that I talked about, because I know I talked to you for quite some time. Go through that list, it'll help.